Hello, everyone. Just wait a minute for everyone to get connected. So hello to people on Zoom, Allison, Brenda, Helen, hello. So we have people in chat too. So I'm going to keep my eyes on the chat and the Zoom. So hello to Chelsea Brown, Lori, Michelle, Jennifer, Happy Vibes on YouTube. Yolanda, Haley, Cheryl Cook, Sveta, hello. Rebecca, hello. If anyone that's watching on the live stream on YouTube or Facebook wants to join the Zoom, you can do so. It's an open house Zoom, so the link is in the description. You just need to click it and you will join the Zoom with us. Oh yes, Happy Vibes, we know who you are. Always appreciate the cookies, Yolanda. Absolutely. It's all about raising that vibration, right? You see those chocolate chip cookies, puts a smile on your face. Mandy, hello. Shanta, hello. So we're going to get started in just a minute here. Want to make sure that we have people connected that want to be. If you want to be a part of the Zoom, just click the link in the event, or I put it in the description. Hopefully that showed up. You might need to copy and paste it. Not sure what Facebook is doing these days. All right. And one of the songs that I'm playing right now, it's by Enigma. It's called Morphing Through Time. A song that's followed me throughout the ages. And how appropriate that is, isn't it? We're just morphing through time together. All right, everyone. Okay, we shall get started. Turn off the music for now. At least bring it down. Okay, that's good. Lana, hello. So this is going to be a little mini spiritualist service that I'm going to be doing right now. We're going to be going through from, prayer to, I'm going to be reading a poem to an inspirational speech based off of that poem, to mediumship, to a closing poem, and final prayer and thanks. Okay? So a little different from what, we have been doing in the channel, but I want to be doing more of these events with everybody. One second. I need more monitors. Okay. All right. Now, so everyone that's joining, just, get calm and relaxed. We're going to start with our opening prayer. And with this, we invite Spirit to join us this evening, okay? And usually you want to get started. You want to have reverence for it. You want to be thankful and grateful for this process. You take some deep breaths in. And as we gather here this evening, we give our thanks for the community of souls who makes this reunion a reality. We give our thanks that life and love continue. And we are thankful for all of the blessings we have received, are receiving, and will receive. We are thankful for all the love from those in spirit and how they continue to show us their love daily. Amen. So now I'm going to move over to reading a little poem that I've selected for this evening to get us started. And this is from the book Edge of Wilderness by Joe Shield, one of my mentors, a great guy. It is called View from Wherever. Okay. Spirit, who are you? Where are you? And why? There are so many questions, so many feelings, lost in a wasteland of doubt. How am I to ever know? They tell me to leap, trust, give in, let go, like they know. Who's kidding who? Right, wrong, or true? I must know, so I let go. Spirit, I will meet you at the corner of the clouds, somewhere east of the lake of dreams, at the base of the heavenly mountains, on a bench made of warm ancient wood. We will watch the angels float by and listen to the choir sing. You and I, Spirit, amidst the mist of wonder. We speak a knowing not of words. We will breathe in the aromas of fresh flowers, wet forest, and new life all about. We will rest for long moments and bask in the luminary of a billion stars. Gentle is the touch of our etheric bodies, shoulder pressed to shoulder, strengthen our gaze of possibilities. There before us, a world of music and dance, celebration, the chance to hope. Cheers chime out, like bells on high, ring and bring on love. Those who are love will shine through each soul, enlightening the truth of all purpose, of all knowing. As we watch our prayers, we are heard, each whisper an enormous flash of change. All will know they require each other. Everyone will understand they are one another. So that poem got me thinking today. And if you were joining the card readings last week, a lot of the theme was staying connected. This is about us staying connected to each other, staying connected to Spirit. What a beautiful thing it is that we can all get together, all share this beautiful energy, and of course, share each other's company on a daily basis. Never take for granted whom you have in your life. Always, every day, a blessing. Every day is a blessing, okay? And it is a blessing that we are all here together. So stay connected to each other, stay connected to yourself, and most truly be true to yourself and be true to your higher self. My little speech on the poem. Hope everyone enjoyed that. I'll be moving on with our evening here. All right. So a few more shout outs to those that are in the chat. If you're interested in joining, just click the link. Nana, great to see you. Donna, Joanne, Chelsea, Lorianne, great to see everybody. So now at this point in the evening, we're going to go over to a demonstration of mediumship. So I'm going to be looking at the Zoom and the chat. Don't really know where Spirit's going to come in. My intention is the Zoom, but Spirit's always surprised all of us. So I'm keeping all options available, and I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. And I'll do this until my connection or energy starts to fade. So if you recognize the people or persons that are being described, make sure that if you're in the Zoom that you either wave your hand, you get my attention somehow. If you're in the chat, let me know, and we will go from there, okay? So I'm going to try to make between 2 to 4 contacts possible. And let me know if any of the information resonates with you. Remember, you need to take 85% of the information for this person in spirit to be recognized. Okay. So if, for example, I say someone's a mother and you think it might be a great grandmother, it's not allowed. So it's in that case more likely for someone else. And then at that point, I'll continue on with the information. Okay. All right. So just get a moment to get comfortable here and we'll get started. So, okay. So immediately I'm feeling the presence of a woman that someone here would recognize, that she would like to wear. She feels very cuddly to me. Okay, very cuddly. Like she likes to wear really soft sweaters. I see her in this white sweater. It's enormously soft. You would recognize this as being part of her wardrobe. And as you were hugging her, you would actually have memories of, this sweater that she was wearing. And she was not particularly a tall woman. Okay. But you remember the softness about her clothing, and only this softness about her as well. Okay. This is a grandmother for someone here. Okay. And okay. You would also have fond memories of going for particular walks with her. Okay. Walks with her. I'm seeing scenes down the sidewalk, hand in hand. You would be going shopping with her. You would have particular memories of going shopping with her. She would go shopping for the evening meal during the day, while she was taking care of you. Okay, so your grandmother was taking care of you during the day. All right, or at least during this specific memory. Okay. And as we are walking down the street with her, you notice that her hands, they feel warm. They're warming you up. They're giving you comfort. You feel safe. You had anxieties about going out of the house, going beyond your block, but with her hand in yours, all you felt was joy. All that you felt was happiness. You loved going out with your grandma. You loved going shopping. And there is also, you would also recognize that, and this is for a woman in the audience or chat, you would recognize that there was always a treat in it for you, that she would spoil you in some way, oftentimes with a candy. And I'm getting images. It's a hard candy. To me, it gives the images and feelings of a lollipop or something of this nature. You would also recognize that her husband passed way before her. You don't have much memory of your grandfather. Okay. You can recognize him. He has been in your life, but most of your memories are with this grandmother that you have. Does anyone in the chat or in the Zoom recognize her yet? If you do so, please definitely get my attention and we will connect with you. And while I'm waiting for responses, I'll keep going with her. You would also recognize that she wasn't born here, that she emigrated here, okay? And she did so after conflict. This feels to me an immigration to America after World War II, okay? And you would recognize that in her house, that all the items, all the food that she was cooking that you thought was really weird and probably didn't like a lot of it was her traditional food, okay, from where she was from. And I'm feeling the I'm feeling that this woman's from Poland or somewhere in that area, okay? And that yes, you weren't particularly fond of the food, but you really didn't mind the treats. You didn't really mind, consuming the sweets that she would make. So, all right. So if anyone in the chat recognizes, let me know, or in the Zoom. If not, I will continue and move to the next in line. I'll give her a chance to be heard. I would also recognize that she passed with heart issues. Okay. So I'm being drawn to my chest. I'm feeling as if there was a lot of difficulty in the heart towards the end of her life. Okay. So let me leave you with some evidence to whomever might be in the chat that might not want to answer, and we will continue. She says that you have a bracelet. You have a bracelet that she gave you. Okay? You have a bracelet that she gave you, and that you've put it away. And no matter what is going on in your life, she wants you to know that she is there with you. She loves you. She's also giving me the impression and feeling that she wants to see more joy out of your life. She's asking a question now, and I'm hearing the question as she taught you to make a specific dessert or pastry, and she wants to know why you're not doing so. Okay. And she does so with a smile and a laugh. It's kind of like a little happy nudge. Okay. She also wants to let you know that she does hear you, and she does hear your thoughts when you're thinking about the past. And she wishes that she could make everything better in your current life situation, but she is there for you. Okay. She is there for you. She's by your side. Should you ever want to reach out to her, just speak up. Okay. And as she's starting to say her goodbyes, she had a little cute word for you, like I don't know, it may have been in a different language. I don't recognize it, but a little short, cuteness to it. Like, I hope if you recognize this woman, you feel free to send me a private message in Facebook, and we'll continue there. Okay. So I'm going to send her off with love, gratitude, and thanks for making her presence known this evening. The next person, as I'm blending with the spirit world, the next person here is an elderly gentleman. Okay. You would recognize him, to be on the bony side. You would recognize him to have button-down shirts or a blazer or some type of brown clothing. Okay. You would also recognize that, while his hands looked really large in comparison to yours, they had quite a bit of arthritis. Okay. So he did have quite a bit of pain in his hand. And you would also recognize that he, in your memories of him, he appeared to not be doing that much. And he wasn't doing that much. It was out of pain. You would have memories of him in a chair or in a lounger most of the time. Okay. Okay. If anyone starts to recognize the gentleman, please let me know. I'm going to continue with him as well. You would recognize that he had gray, thinning hair. Okay, he wasn't bald. He didn't have a full head of hair. It was receding, and it was gray, and it was thin. Okay. You would recognize the area around him to be of an old decor. We're talking likely 70s type decor. Wood paneling I'm seeing. This is a gentleman that in his life worked with his hands. He was a builder, mason, construction worker. He worked hard, long hours. And you would recognize these hard, long hours really wore down on his body at the end. And there go my lights. I'm still here. I guess I'll keep continuing. So you would recognize him being a really, really hard worker, okay? Okay. So this is actually the husband to the woman that was just here. Okay, so this is your grandfather that you didn't know much about. Okay. And if these two people are coming in together, I know that you're in the chat. You might not want to say anything. It's up to you. But know that your grandparents, they did everything that they could. They came to this country with very little. They made it work. It wasn't, I see a lot of conflict. I see a lot of kind of disorder. But they did it. They made it work. And he comes through with more of an apology. Okay, more of an apology. Wishes that he was more a part of your life, that he was more interactive, that that your memories weren't just of him sitting in a chair while you were around. And you would recognize this, and you would recognize that it's due to the hardships that he had. It wasn't that he didn't have a lack of love. He absolutely did love you. And what I'm getting from him is that at the time he's saying lack of love, like for life itself. Okay. So you would recognize him as that way. And the reason he's coming forward right now is he doesn't particularly want to be remembered that way. He wants to be remembered more in a loving way. Okay. And you would recognize a particular moment when he took the coin from the back of your ear. And this is your evidence that this is your grandfather. Okay. So feel free to let me know if that connected with anyone. If not, we'll send him on his way as well. All right, we shall continue. I feel many in line. Okay, so the next woman that steps forward to me, she's not tall, she's not old. Okay, she tells me that she's in her 30s. I'm seeing her. She's presenting herself as having either dirty blonde or strawberry type hair. Okay. You would also recognize that, it had quite a bit of curls to her. She had a lot of energy. She's presenting herself with a lot of energy. You would recognize this woman as your friend. And you would recognize that she was one of your best friends as well. That the two of you went everywhere together. I'm feeling a bond, and the bond feels really like sisterhood. The type of kindred spirits that you might have in a best friend. That you were always the downer in the relationship. Okay, that you were, oh, I don't want to go out, I don't do that. And she's like, yeah, come on, let's go. She would drag you and you would have to go with her. You couldn't say no to her. This is the kind of energy that she had in your life, that you could not say no to her. She was there. She was the life of the party, that she always like wanted to bring you up. Okay. And she's telling me that, and you would recognize the reason that she wanted to do this was the problems that you had in your family. Okay. And the sadness that you had was due to a passing. Okay. So she did everything she could to uplift you, to bring you up, to kind of make you happy again. I only wanted to see her happy, is what I hear. That you would also recognize that she always would take you out of your comfort zone, and you would oftentimes tell her to stop. Okay. Also recognize that she drove too fast, and you didn't like that. And then you would also recognize, as I'm going further with her, that her passing was related to cancer. Hearing the word cancer. But don't be sad for me, I hear. Don't be sad. Wants to really come forward. This is a person that you would recognize, in the current state of your affairs, as possibly being one of your joy guides. Okay. An actual person from your past that is coming forward now and being a joy guide to you, allowing you to kind of remember these little risks, these little enjoyments, and you currently find yourself occasionally being pushed out of your comfort zone, and you don't know why exactly. And the reason you don't know why, it's because of her influence that's still there with you. And as I go further with her, she tells me, remember when? Remember when we went too fast? Oh, there is a specific memory that you would recognize from going too fast. That the both of you got pulled over by a police officer. And to your amusement and to the officer's amusement, you got laughed out of the ticket. It's this infectious joy got left with a warning. So this is a specific memory for you. If you know this person, let me know in the chat or in a Zoom. Oh, Lorianne Meyer. So the last couple sounded like your grandparents. It's beautiful. You can send me a message and let me know about the evidence brought forward. Okay, Lauren? Lauren Meyer. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. I'll give her my love and thanks. We'll move on to one more contact. Just like Jennifer Ring says, everybody, don't be afraid to chat in the window. No worries at all. Thank you for that, Jennifer Ring. All right, so as we continue here, we'll do another contact. Okay, so I am seeing images of a very, very busy mother. You would recognize your mother as being incredibly busy, incredibly rushed, brunette. You would remember her pulling your hand in the mornings to get ready, to get ready for school. That, come on, let's go, we're late, this sort of thing. That she was always a little behind because she had a lot to prepare in the morning. A lot to prepare. Your father left for work before you went to school. This is for a woman in the audience. This is your mother. You would recognize the packed lunch. You would recognize that, say, this lunch pail or lunchbox with a reddish tone to it, or red coloration. Simple meals, simple sandwiches with an apple or some type of small fruit, hastily thrown together in the lunchbox. And by the time you got to lunch, it looked a little bit mashed up. Oftentimes you didn't want to eat it, but you never let her know that. We're talking simple type sandwiches, something like either like a ham and cheese or a bologna or a peanut butter and jelly. This type of very simple sandwich on a white bread is what she would make for you. I see her like, she wants you to really remember, you know, this specific morning chaos, as it seems, was a common thing. It was a common theme. You were a person that didn't particularly want to get out of bed either. Okay, so she had trouble motivating you in the morning. She had trouble getting you up. She had trouble getting you ready. By the time that she was doing that, she was already exhausted. And it was like, here, go on. Time for school. Get on the bus. You recognize that your mother really tried her best. that during the day, she didn't have time to relax. She kept going and going and going at 100%. She had a lot to do. And what I'm also hearing is that she would also make money from cleaning as well. Okay. So, any little hang up that you may have given her in the morning may have delayed her work schedule as well. And you would recognize, that you would recognize these cleaning products too. Okay. That by the time you got home, she may have smelled like bleach or Windex or ammonia that she had been working and cleaning. That you would always kind of like, Mom, what have you been doing? That kind of thing. But you would also always remember and recognize that, she was there for you, that she was always making sure the family was held together. Okay. That she did everything to keep everything together, is what I'm seeing. And also recognize that, she would also on a daily basis make meals for once you came home and for when your father came home later in the evening. You would also recognize that you asked her many times to help. I can't do this work. I can't do this homework. I don't understand it. She would lean in and do her best. Oftentimes it was wrong, but she did her best. And you have a specific memory telling your teachers that this is the way Mom said to do it. If you recognize this is your mother, let me know in the chat or in the Zoom. Let me see. I'm going to give a little more detail to her. You would have a younger brother. And a lot of your frustrations growing up was because it was considered your responsibility to get the younger brother ready. Okay. So it was as if she was getting you ready, but you also had to take care of your younger brother. And she says that, at times this may have been a burden on you. Okay. A huge responsibility while you were still young. Nana. No, you're not dead yet. I see you in the chat. Too funny. And those in the Zoom, if you don't see it, Nana says, you're describing me, but I'm not dead. That can all get our vibration up. So if you recognize that, you were really young, you of this rushed childhood that, you didn't have as much joy as you wanted because you had these responsibilities to also take care of the family. Okay. That, you didn't want to be the one changing your little brother's diaper. Did you do that, Nana? Did you change your little brother's diaper? That you really found it gross. Wow, Nana, okay. So that actually does resonate with you then. Okay, wonderful. So you would recognize that you were kind of like mom number two. Okay, you did bathe them. They were 11. Okay, that makes a lot of sense with the images that I'm seeing, Anna. Beautiful. I'm also getting images that you were instructed, you were told to also help in the kitchen, to do the best with your, like cooking, but at the time you weren't very good at it. I feel that, and I see that you've messed up a few meals. You may have tried to add some salt, and maybe you added the entire salt shaker kind of thing. That, there was a lot of learning that happened in the kitchen, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of mistakes that ended with a wooden spoon or something in her hand. Okay, because there was something in her hand that, like, she would get frustrated, and it's either a spoon or something of this nature that she would wave at you, like when you didn't do something that was specifically to her liking. Okay, so this is your mother, Nana. Wonderful. And for those that may not be reading the chat, Nana says, my mom was always washing clothes and I couldn't make rice. So that was the food that you couldn't make. And she would throw, and Nana says that she would throw the wooden spoon all the time. Because your rice was always gooey. And I just see her throwing up her hands. She wants you to know that this was a hard childhood. And she recognizes that it wasn't easy, Nana. And she understands. Yeah, she actually just said that as well, that your rice hasn't improved much. I didn't want to say that. She wants you to know that, despite the difficulties growing up, despite everything that you've all gone through together, that she needed you. That, she may have been really frustrated with you a lot of the time, but she needed you. She loved you dearly. Okay. She says that it was chaotic. It was chaos, but it was love. Okay. And she's with you to this day, and she still hears your prayers. And specifically, she's in the kitchen watching you. Okay. So when you're making your rice, maybe you can ask Mom, what should I do? And Nana, I'm getting the impression that you have a religious artifact of hers, like a rosary. Okay. And you may have this hang, it may be on a mirror or someplace hanging in your house that belonged to her. Always wants you to know, yes, you do, Nana, beautiful. This is your mother's evidence to you, Nana, and she's with you, that she's providing evidence to you that she's still here, that she still hears your prayers, that she still hears what you're going through. And she's so immensely proud of you. I'm also hearing from her doesn't want you to be too hard on yourself. And as I'm hearing these words from your mom, I'm hearing, remember the good times. Remember the celebrations. Remember the gatherings. Okay. Remember that togetherness that she would create. Okay. This is something that she wants you to bring more into your current life too. That now you need to keep things together, Nana. Okay. I hear you're doing great. Don't cry. Doing great. Don't cry. And I'm also hearing that it's someone's responsibility to may have cooking something to maybe eat, like for example, like tamales you're obligated to make but you didn't make. She chuckles, she laughs, she sends her love. Oh, Nana, spirit is strong here for you. Spirit is here for you, dear. So I'm going to give her my thanks and my love. And let's all give her thanks and love for coming. As she goes, remember, I'm always there. That's what I hear. What a wonderful mom. What a wonderful mom. Beautiful, beautiful contact, Nana. I'm glad that we could connect with your mom. Yes, I saw that. Beautiful. So as we continue, we're going to start to wrap up our evening. Let's see. I'm going to read another poem for everybody. All right. This one is entitled Somewhere, by the same book. It's a little hard for me to read with the light that went on. I need to fix that light. Somewhere in the middle of the world, there stands a little 8-year-old girl. She hears explosions in the wind, and there again in the street. She holds her ears and drowns in tears. Somewhere in the middle of the world, there's a boy of 5 in bed, shaking like a leaf from the images in his head. Somewhere in the middle of the world, a mother collapses from the pain. The news of a dead son brings tears down like rain. O Lord God, Heavenly King, what will it take for peace? I bring nothing. You are given all you need in the Lord. You have been given the weapon to win every fight. You must search in your heart and do what is right. You were given great wisdom from Spirit above, and you know how to use it if only you love. Love one another as I've loved you. Do to others as you would have done to you. Buddha and Muhammad, Allah, Great Spirit, and Christ all had the weapons, all had sacrificed. It was never manufactured, never feared or caused any pain. It is never created, never held from any name. So search your hearts for truth and pray to Spirit from above, and you will hear it, mercy in the wind, an explosion of love. It's always an emotional little poem every time I read it. So I'm going to do a closing prayer now. And you want to just take a deep breath in and exhale. And as we come to an end of this evening and the precious time we've had to share together, in this reunion of love that never ends, let us go forward in the knowing that we are always surrounded by your care. May we all in the week ahead dwell in this bliss and find peace and love in our lives. Amen. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed this evening. A little something different. We're going to be doing, I'll be doing this, I believe, at least once a week to give more and more people a chance to hear from their loved ones. You never know who might come forward. Our next event will be the card readings, and we will do that likely Tuesday evening. So I'm going to post the event for the card readings, and we'll do that on Tuesday, I believe. Okay. So I thank you everyone for joining. It was a pleasure. Much love, and love to everyone, and love to all those in spirit that came today. So thank you, everyone. I'll see you soon. I'll see you Tuesday. Bye.